Doc Dalton, America's simple man. The Coffee and Prayer series with Doc Dalton.
Have you ever taken the time to think about angels? Yes, I said angels. And I've reached a stage in my life and through different things that have taken place, I truly believe in them, and I believe that they come in all different ways. I believe in the angels that you may have been told about, from heaven that fly with the wings, but I also believe we have our angels here on earth that come in and help us in our time of need. I believe that they are sent our way to help us get through our days. It may be you're not having the best of days, or you're having weeks that have been off, or you suffer from mental illness and just having a rough time, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, someone appears. Maybe someone you don't know that well, or maybe someone you just met, and all of a sudden they become your light to help you get through your dark times. They're there to listen to you. They're there to talk to you. They're there to give you a simple pat on the back, to let you know all will be okay. They're there to tell you that maybe today you should take a step back and just relax. And you can start fresh tomorrow with a brand new day. I believe that God sends people our way to help us when we need it the most. As I said countless times, on this show alone, that I suffer from mental illness and depression. And before we go any further, I just want to say welcome to the Coffee and Prayer series. I'm Doc Dalton. And these topics that we talk about are important to me, and I get asked to talk about topics from different people. But as I said, I suffer from mental illness and depression, and at one point in my life, I had my own angel who just appeared really out of nowhere and stayed by my side for not a day, not a week, but for a few months. Spoke to me nicely, patted me on that back when I needed, told me things would be okay. She was my light during my dark times. And while nobody else knew that I was sick, or maybe they didn't, they just didn't say anything, somehow this young girl knew I was sick. And she really, really helped me through my toughest moments. And that's why I say to everybody, you may not even realize that they're there, but you should think about it, because maybe there's just that one person in your life that's helping you along the way. But here's a better thought. Why can't you be that angel? Why can't you be that someone who helps others? Again, it's as simple as just being there. It's as simple as a smile, a gentle touch on the back, a little pat to say, good morning, how are you? I hope your day is good. If you know they're down and out, talk to them for a few minutes. And there's times when you do not even have to talk to them. Just sit by them, because for them, it's nice to know, and it's comforting that they understand that someone's there just in case they need it. I believe with all my heart that God sends angels to us. And if you don't, and you don't have an open mind, you may be a person that just needs a little help, maybe a point in the right direction, maybe a conversation, some instances where you could turn around and say to yourself, wow, that was really something. I wonder what exactly is happening. Can that person be my angel? Can that person be the one who gets me in the right direction? It's never too late. It's never too tough. And for those who want to be that so-called special angel, you do so much good for people. You have no idea. People need you more than you realize. And I guarantee you, you'll be happy with what you're doing. That person that you're helping will be happy with what you're doing. God will be thrilled and proud of what you're doing. And let me tell you, help one person, you've done a tremendous amount of good. And if you could teach others how to do exactly what you're doing today, they could be the so-called angels of tomorrow, helping others along their way. You should think about it. You should really, really learn more about it, read about it, about angels and how God sends them. And who knows? You may be the angel of the year or a hero angel to someone in need. I'm Doc Dalton, and we'll be back right after these few messages.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few.
It's the most overlooked form of pollution on the planet, yet it's everywhere, and it's getting worse. It's not water or air pollution, it's soul pollution. We get it from the things we listen to and look at on a daily basis, often without even knowing it.
Well, the kids and I got it at home, right there on my own sofa. We were just sitting there watching TV, eating a pizza, pepperoni and mushroom with stuffed crust, when I realized that the show we were watching was mocking and making fun of the very things we were trying to teach our kids. We were the victims of soul pollution.
It's a kind of pollution you can also inadvertently pick up at the workplace.
Some guys and I were standing around the water cooler talking about the game on TV the night before. One of the guys started telling some off-color jokes. As a Christian, I should have just politely excused myself, but instead, I just listened and even laughed a little. I never knew how easy it was to pick up trace amounts of soul pollution right there at work.
There is help. The Bible tells us in Philippians 4:8 to keep our minds on things that are true, right, and pure. But when it's too late and you've been a victim of soul pollution, we have the answer.
I didn't realize there were so many survivors of soul pollution. But there are, and we help each other at the Soul Pollution Rescue Center, or church as it's better known. There, I found that my soul could be cleansed through the blood of Jesus Christ. I should know, I am a soul pollution survivor.
You too can overcome soul pollution. Find helpful information in a catalog of the 66 books known as the Bible. It will help you cope with the fastest growing form of pollution on our planet, soul pollution.
A public service message from the IPSP, the Institute for the Prevention of Soul Pollution.
In addition to there being an opioid epidemic, we are experiencing a suicide epidemic, especially among young people under age 25. Their suicide rate increased 56% in the last decade and tripled for 10 to 14-year-olds. Suicide rates increased most for girls, LGBT children, and adolescents of color. About 1 in 5 deaths prior to age 25 are suicides, the second leading cause of death in young people. Many of these deaths are related to untreated clinical depression. Other factors include school stress, alcohol, drugs, bullying, abuse, and family tensions. Fortunately, prompt psychiatric treatment can reduce these suicide rates by as much as 75%. Psychiatrists can help sort out the multiple factors involved in suicidal feelings or provide meaningful emotional support for family members who may feel profoundly traumatized after a suicide. Google us on the web. We are the Maryland Foundation for Psychiatry.
Hey, Doc, we got mail.
Yes, sir, we really did get mail this weekend, and this one was special. She is from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Her name is Patricia Lucas Sherlock, and she spells Patricia Patrizsha, so that's a little bit different. But she sent me the nicest letter of encouragement. She even sent me a song, which was beautiful, and I appreciate it so much. But Patricia is the founder at Soul Interior Motives Worldwide Movement. It's an organization of encouragement, helping people overcome many of today's struggles. It's all about encouraging, inspiring, uplifting, and bringing humor to those who need a touch of God's love. They specialize in the left out, lost, and broken. Now, Patricia truly understands all this really well because at the age of 13, Patricia lost her mom and found alcohol and boys. By 15, she had overdosed and Patricia was thrown out of her family home in her junior year in high school. She continued down the path of darkness, but somehow went on to become Miss New Jersey and just managed to escape the underbelly of the drug culture. Patricia has no idea when this all was happening to her that God would use her experience to fuel her songs and to bring hope to the hurting. She fronts the band, Patricia and the Soulterior Motives Worldwide Band, and they are starting their East Coast tour shortly. The tour is all about her original Christian recovery musical program called The Soundtrack of Hope, and it's about combating addiction, overdose, suicide, depression, anxiety, and more. She calls it prayers that God would keep the door open and bring the hurting into here. Now, if you want to find out more about Patricia, you can go to her website at patrizsha.biz. I'm going to say that again because her name's spelled a little different. It's Patricia, but it's patrizsha.biz. If you didn't catch that, go to our website at docdalton.com and click on the link that says links. And in there, her website will be listed and you could check her out. I really believe that it's worth the trip and that you should check her out. I mean, she's a wonderful, wonderful lady, a beautiful woman, both in and out. Now, our shout out this week is to an organization that's based down in Texas. It's KGIC 90.5 Christian radio station based out of the Houston area. And in 2018, KJIC rebranded to Christian Country Radio and began playing mainstream and independent artists singing Christian and inspirational music. Founder Bob Bowen said KJIC 90.5 is here to bring comfort, encouragement, and spiritual strength to God's church and be a light to the lost. Now, they have a great staff of people that bring you the best in Christian country music with top stars out there today. They bring a positive message to all while doing it in an entertaining factor and, of course, a serious one as well. You can't forget their daily devotionals, but more important, you can't forget that they are doing this from the heart. Who they are is doing it for all the right reasons. Who they are is doing it to pass that message on to all the right people. They are great people, trust me. It's KJIC 90.5, Houston's own family of hope, and maybe you should check them out and so you have a chance to make their family your family, because I listen to them on the web all the time. I really, really do. Just go to the website at www.kjic.org. That's www.kjic.org. They're a great group of people. It's a great organization playing great music. They're a great station. It'll be a great visit for you. And real quick, last, we have started a prayer ministry here at the show, and it's called the Coffee and Prayer Series Prayer Ministry. If you know anyone who's sick, please, on our website, send us their name, and we'll put it up on our web. We have intercessories praying for them 2-3 times a week. It's just something we felt was important. We decided to do. That's the Coffee and Prayer Series Prayer Ministry. Please use us. We want to be used. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Coffee and Prayer Series with your host, America's Simple Man, Doc Dalton. It's where a good cup of coffee and some quiet prayers can change the world.
Okay, welcome back to the Coffee and Prayer Series. I'm Doc Dalton. We were talking a little bit about angels, and like I said, I went through an experience, and I felt I had my own angel who really, really helped me, and it left such an impact on me. And I haven't seen that person in over 15 years, but I had written a poem called When God's Angel Became My Friend. And this is the last 4 lines of the poem. It says, "So when that time comes and our days are through, when we no longer will see each other again, just know I will always say a prayer for you because you're God's angel who became my friend." That moment in time for me left such an impact in my life that 15 years later, I still think about it constantly. I still reminisce about how I got from point A to point B, some of the things that were said to me by this person. But one day we were sitting outside because, when people talk to you, from time to time, something will hit you a certain way and it'll motivate you and it'll get you to do something or maybe, think different. But this one particular day we were sitting outside, just her and I talking. And she said to me, and she was very, very serious and very, very calm, but looked me dead in the eyes and said to me, "Doc, I want to tell you something. At night when I pray, I usually lie in bed and pray, and before I'm done, I fall asleep. But last night, I didn't do that. Last night, I sat up and I asked the Lord to protect you, to guide you, to love you, to help you, to heal you, and to be there for you. And I asked him this in his name for you." And just the combination of the words, her voice, her eyes, left such an impact on me. And I was getting worse and worse each day. And I knew at that moment that I needed help. And shortly thereafter, I landed in the hospital for the depression. I truly believe to this day that her help and her kindness and her words led me there, which eventually helped me tremendously. That's why I say you should consider being someone's angel. It doesn't take that much to help. It doesn't take that much to be kind. It doesn't take that much to be loving. It doesn't take that much just to show someone that you're there in their toughest of times. I always say that an angel never judges you, They'll laugh at your lousy jokes, and trust me, I told some lousy jokes. They'll help you when you're confused. They'll be there for your extreme sadness, and they hurt for your pain. They hurt when they know that you're hurting. And the bottom line is, that angel does become your friend, because someone who would do that for you is just that, a friend. So I ask you, if you could help somebody, please do it. Again, you will be so happy that you did. And that person that you're helping will be happy that you did. God will be happy that you did. And you have a trifecta of happiness always around. So really, I ask you and I encourage you to think about it, because you could be that angel today that helps somebody tomorrow. We'll be right back with a little more. Currently, we are experiencing incredibly tough times, widespread health challenges, sweeping social injustice, and ongoing uncertainty in our everyday lives. And personally, we are being challenged like never before. Hi, I'm Dr. Dalton, and like you, I realize that stress, anxiety, and uneasiness are all too familiar for so many of us. That is why taking care of your mental health is more important now than ever before. If you or someone you know is experiencing difficulty with coping with all that we are challenged by, please know that your community has resources that can help. Reach out, and please know that we will be there for you. We can supply the support you may need, and we will get through these tough times together. If you are in the North Jersey area, one great place you can look for help is at the Mental Health Association of Passaic County. They are a wonderful group of highly trained individuals who are waiting to help someone just like yourself. To learn more, you can visit them on the web at mhapassaic.org. That's mhapassaic.org. Or you can call them at 973-478-4444. That's 973-478-4444. As I always say, why suffer if you don't have to? But why suffer alone if there's no need to? This is Dr. Dalton, and I encourage you to check them out today. Well, it's that time again to say goodbye. It goes by so quickly. I'm sad at times to really see this take place, but like all good things, everything has to end. But I want to thank you first for tuning into the show and for being with me, and I appreciate everyone who turns into the show, and I appreciate the emails that I get and the messages on Facebook that I get, and I appreciate those who have heard it and seen me in person and talked to me about it. The kind words are unreal, and I appreciate them more than you ever know. So I ask you to don't stop listening to us, because if you don't stop listening to us, I promise we'll be there doing more shows for you. Now, with every show, we end it in a prayer, so that's what we're going to do right now. But again, thank you for being here with us, and I look forward to being with you on the next show. Dear Jesus, I ask you from the bottom of my heart to help us, to guide us, to love us, to protect us, and just walk by our side so we can get through our day. There's many people out there who need the help, and as I stated on the show about angels, you help people go to other people and to be their angels in their darkest times. You help them realize that they need help. You help them realize that their sad days today could be a bright day tomorrow. Sometimes it's just a simple pat on the back or a smile or the words saying that all is going to be okay that can make the difference in somebody's life. But the bottom line is, we cannot do that without you. We need you. Without you, Jesus, there's just no moving forward. So I ask you from the bottom of my heart to please bless us, to please protect us, to please help us, to please guide us, to please love us. And for all those who are in their darkest of times, please be by their side, love them, heal them, and don't let them suffer. Jesus, I ask you this in your holy name. Amen.
The Coffee and Prayer Series is brought to you by Doc Dalton Media in association with VK Media and Internet Services. Executive Producer, Doc Dalton. Director, Patrick Marucki. Assistant Producer, Joseph LaPera. Find us on the web at www.drdaulton.com. docdalton.com. There you will also find our social media links for Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. You can email us at thecoffeeandprayerseries@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and God bless.